What's up, Insiders? Deuces Jacket, Vaping Insider. Today, we got something a little different for you. Today, we're going to be going over a tool kit. I'm talking about the Coilmaster DIY V3. Before we get into the video, click the link down below in the top comment in order to join our Facebook group. Get this nice case, nice zippers, okay? You can see nice little pull tabs right there, rubberized. High quality case. You open it up, boom, there you go. You get a pack of cotton, okay, a couple of big extra large cotton pads in there, and in here you get a whole bunch of stuff, all right? You got foldable scissors, you got 10 feet of Kanthal wire, 24 gauge, you got a tri-tool over here, you have coiling rods over here. These are the numbered parts to your coiling jig. This is the other half of your coiling jig. And you got a 521 Mini V2 right here. We're going to go over each and every one of them separately. Now on the top, we got a different story here. We have needle-nose pliers, flush wire cutters, needle-nose tweezers, ceramic tweezers, Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and like I said, we will go over all of them in detail in a second. First, let's go over the scissor. A little bit of Coilmaster branding. These are the folding type. Pop them out. And out like that, okay? They got a nice snip to them. They're very sharp. They cut cotton fine. You want to put them away, fold them back, just like so. Pop them back together, and they're ready to be put away. Next are the coiling jigs. You can see they're numbered, okay? From 1.5 millimeters all the way up to 4 millimeters, all right? You pull one out. This is the common one you'll probably use most of the time. This is the 3 millimeter one. All right, we're going to leave that out for a second because I am going to show you how to assemble the coiling jig. Here are the pieces of your coiling jig. This is the main part right here. Here are your numbered pieces. This side is 1.5 millimeters. This side is 2 millimeters. It goes on and so forth up to 4 millimeters. All right. Now, you've seen me pull the 3 millimeter jig out, all right? So let me show you how to assemble it. First thing you want to do, you want to screw off the top part of this and take it off. Then you want to take your 3 millimeter jig, your rod, whatever you want to call it, put it right in there, put it back on just like so. Now you have a suitable coiling rod that you can coil your wire either freehand, or you could take this piece with the 3 millimeter side and you can pull it in over there. And you see that screw right there? See that screw right in there? What happens is you push your wire through these holes, and then the wire catches it, and you just wind your coil. Okay? That's a quick, people do that if they want really tight, close wraps. Honestly, I never really use the jig. The only part I use is actually this part. I normally hand wrap it myself. Okay? But that's so you know how to work this jig. This is the Coilmaster tri-tool. You have 1.25 millimeters over here, 1.5, 2 millimeter hex keys, okay? So this will be able to handle most decks. Most decks have a 1.25 or 1.5 millimeter hex keys. You rarely see 2 millimeters, but they are out there. Here's your Coilmaster wire, Kanthal A1, 10 feet, 24 gauge. Very easy wire to work with, very easy gauge to work with. Here is your needle nose pliers. This is good for when you're pulling a coil tight, around the coiling rod if you want to get a good grip on it and make it nice and tight. You can see spring-loaded, rubber coating over here. Very, very nice. You can see the spring right there. They're spring-loaded. They work well for what you're going to use them for. I like the rubber coating on them. Gives you a nice grip. Here are the Coilmaster flush cutters. Again, spring-loaded. Rubberized grip, a little bit of Coilmaster branding. You can see on the other side here, you got a nice flush face, so you can get nice and tight in there and, get your leads clipped pretty accurately. These do wear out. Takes about a year or so of some consistent building, and eventually you're just going to have to get another pair. But, for what they are, they're pretty good. Here are the needle-nose tweezers. Try to save this part, so this way you can close them and you don't poke yourself because these are kind of sharp. All right. You can see they got a nice hook to them. They got a nice feel to them. They're nice and pointy. They're good for combing out your cotton if you're one of those people that likes to comb them out. A lot of people really, really love this tool. I honestly don't use it a lot because I really don't do a lot of comb outs. But for the people who do like to do that, it's a good tool to have. This is the tweezer I use the most. This is the ceramic tweezer, all right? Sometimes these parts get a little loose, the ceramic part. You can just tighten it up with the Phillips head screwdriver, all right? They're nice. I use these to strum my coils to get the hot spots out. Because they're ceramic, you're able to strum your coils while you're firing them, okay? So this is a really, really good tool to have. One of the reasons I really like Coilmaster kits is because I like the screwdrivers. They're probably the best screwdrivers in the business. This is their Phillips head screwdriver. I don't know if you can see it. See it right there? Just a real nice precision tool. It's got a spinning part on the top here so you can spin it while holding it. Nice tool. Same thing with the flathead. The red is the flathead. Just a nice screwdriver. Probably the screwdriver I use the most out of any of my screwdrivers. These two, the Phillips head and the flathead. They are awesome. The thing that was kind of disappointing about this kit was this piece right here. This is the 521 Mini V2. Man, this just feels really cheap. I don't like it. It feels really, really plasticky. I just wish they would have put a better 521 in there. The button I don't like, okay? It just doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. There's your 510 right there. What you do is when you're done building your coil, put your 510 on there. The middle position is off. To the right is fire. To the left is your meter. So if you want to measure the resistance of your coil, you put it on meter. If you want to fire your coil and get the hot spots out, you put it on fire and you hit the button. This is your screen. Okay, on the back we have some venting. Here's your battery door right here. You open it up and you slip a battery in there. And let me show you why I don't like this, okay? Here, I'm going to pop a battery in there for you. All right, and I just hate that screen, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. When you compare it to like the round, the circular one that you see me using all the time. Let me get it, in fact. Hold on a second. I mean, you got to remember, when I'm comparing this thing, I'm comparing it to the one that I use all the time. This is also a Coilmaster product, 521 plus tab. I've probably had this thing for a couple of years now. It's got a magnetized side where you can put your clippings. Okay, when you turn it over, right here, it's dual battery. It's had its issues. The screen is very dim, but it's definitely better than this thing, right? And it feels much more solid. You can fire it anywhere. I wish they would have developed a mini version of this, a single cell version of this instead of this, because this just feels really cheap and really plasticky. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it at all. Now, one thing that's not included in the kit that probably should have been included in the kit is a coil measuring tool. I wish they would have put a tool like this in the kit for when you're building postless decks. And for those of you that don't know how to use this, I'll just show it to you real quick. Let's say you need to cut your leads to a 4mm length. You take your coil, you drop it in the 4 slot, you turn it over, and now you know exactly where to cut. And once you're done cutting, you'll have legs that are 4mm long. I can't understand why Coilmaster didn't put something like this in the kit. I would have rather have had this than the Kanthal wire.
What can I really say about this? I'm not going to put it through a 5-star rating system. I'm not going to do cons and pros. It's just a toolkit. Is it one of the better toolkits out there? Absolutely. In fact, in my opinion, it's the best vape toolkit out there right now. I just like the way they do it. I think it's, for the most part, pretty well thought out. I would have liked to have seen some sort of coil cutting tool for when you're working with postless decks. I would have liked to have seen that instead of that roll of Kanthal wire, okay? I would have liked to seen some type of coily type tool. That would have been fantastic. I would have also liked to have seen a better version of that mini tab. I would have, like I said, I would have rather have seen a smaller version of that circular one that I showed you in the down low, the Tab Plus. It's much better made. I would have liked to have seen something like that in the kit.
I'm really not happy with the tab that they provided in this kit. I don't like it because I don't like that screen and I don't like the cheap feel of it. I think they could have done a lot better. I think they skimped out on that part of the kit. But otherwise, the whole kit's fantastic. It really is. Like I said in the down low, I like the screwdrivers. The scissors are very good. All the tools in it, the tweezers, the ceramic tweezers, the needle nose pliers, all good stuff. And I like the fact that you can get it all in one shot, right? Especially if you're a new builder. This is nice for a new builder, right? Because a new builder doesn't always know what they got to get or what they need, right? A new builder can spend 50 bucks on this kit and they'll have everything they need to get started. And that's why I like this kit so much, because especially now in the environment that we're in, the supply line's still a little messed up because of all this pandemic nonsense, all right? The fact that newbies can learn how to build and get a kit where they have everything they need in one kit, I think is huge. Because I don't know about you, but on my Facebook page, I've been seeing tons of people converting over from factory sub-ohm tanks to RTAs and RDAs, and they're learning how to build. And their biggest question is, Jack, what tool kit should I get? Well, here you go, baby. This is the one for you if you've never built before. That's the way I look at it. That's why I think it's such a great kit, and I'm going to leave it there for you. Don't forget, Insiders, you heard me talk about it for a second. Head on over to our Facebook page. We're just about to hit 10,000 members. It's a very active page, very friendly, very civil. Make sure you head over there and check it out. Also, check out our brand new Reddit subforum under the Vaping Insider name. We'd love to see you there as well. And that's it, Insiders. That's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget, now more than ever, you keep living that vape life. We're out of here. Deuces.